Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Mixed Tag Team Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Smitty, and as always is my beautiful and lovely fiance, Amber.
Hi.
And we're going to talk about wrestling. We did miss last week. We apologize, but we do have a family, and it was Turkey Day, so we decided to skip a week. We're back into it, and we're going to discuss the big things that have happened.
And also, really quick, hold on. Let me cut you off a minute. We have opposite schedules at this time, so it's really hard to get together and actually do it. So if we're a little sketchy, or if we don't do a podcast on the same day every week, that's the reason why, because it's really hard for us to actually, we barely even have time to see each other now. So it's really hard to get together for an hour and do a podcast. So I just want to let everybody out there know that.
Yeah, which will be changing soon. But anyways, let's dive into the news. I think from the last time we did this podcast, Sheamus became the new WWE champion. I'm not even sure if we were able to cover that in the last podcast.
We didn't.
Yeah.
It was before the pay-per-view.
It was before the pay-per-view. Sheamus is the new WWE World Heavyweight Champion after cashing in on a victorious Roman Reigns, who won against Dean Ambrose in the finals of the Survivor Series match. It was somewhat predictable. I mean, if neither of them were going to turn heel, Roman Reigns was clearly going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I don't know, that the whole pay-per-view was a little bit weird to me because Dean Ambrose kind of dominated that match for a while. And even before that match, they made Dean Ambrose look strong because he took a hell of a beating from Kevin Owens, and somehow he popped out of two Sweet Chin Musics and a senton bomb, and then did Dirty Deeds out of nowhere and won.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was a little pissed off about.
Well, yeah, because you're turning out to be the ultimate Kevin Owens fan, honestly. You're turning out to love him more and more. I don't know. I think that everybody knew that it was going to be between between Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. Everybody knew.
It was clear.
It wasn't so when he, all of a sudden pinned him, it wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
Exciting, I feel.
Yeah. But moving on past his 5-minute and 15-second reign, Sheamus comes down after Roman Reigns spears Triple H to cash in. It took 2 Bro kicks to beat Roman Reigns after that match with Dean Ambrose, but Sheamus won, and shortly after, everything changed in the WWE because a new stable was formed, and technically two new stables were formed. One is now deemed the League of Nations, led by Sheamus, obviously, and it includes Rusev and Bad News Barrett, which have been Sheamus's lackeys for a while, and the newly included Alberto Del Rio, which I am extremely excited about because I think everybody can agree that the Mex America stick was horrible. So the fact that they got Del Rio out of there and into the League of Nations is a benefit for his career.
Yeah, I think so too. The whole Mex America thing was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. So I'm so glad that they got out of it. But then the League of Nations, I don't know. I'm really not feeling it, honestly. I feel like they just pulled all those people together because they're from different parts of the world, and they represent different parts of the world, and they're heels, and it would be different if we saw that coming, but because their storylines, all of a sudden every one of them stopped their storyline, besides Bad News Barrett, of course, but everybody stopped their storyline, and then all of a sudden they just merged together and they all just come popping up all together. It really doesn't rub me the right way. Hopefully they make something good out of this though, and like it actually gets entertaining with all them together. But I just feel, I don't know, because they just stopped everybody's storyline and just merged them together. I don't like it, including when there's 2 belts in there. I don't like that.
There's a few things that I will say about this. About the storylines, I mean, Rusev and Bad News Barrett really didn't have a storyline going on. I mean, their storylines were basically over, so they were floating on doing nothing. Besides Lana coming back, which I'm interested in seeing how she gets incorporated into that, even though she kind of got injured again. I don't know about that. Alberto Del Rio being in there, though, is kind of interesting because he has been a top guy. Why would he take second fiddle to Sheamus when he's, been world champion? And I believe, if I remember correctly, he has beaten Sheamus as world champion. That's kind of interesting to me.
I'm sorry, who were you just talking about again?
The fact that Alberto Del Rio is taking second fiddle to Sheamus is kind of...
Okay. Sorry, I got a little lost. First of all, let's go... Well, you are, like, dominating this conversation. First of all, let's talk about Rusev and Lana coming back. I think that everybody loved Lana coming back. I don't know why. Everybody just loves Lana. I love Lana. Like, I just think she adds a little oomph to it. With the whole Rusev, you would think, and this is like the whole storyline thing, you would think that with Lana coming back and now they're engaged, that Rusev and Lana's storylines would combine. So that's why, like, I feel that was like, it would be separate. So that's why I don't understand where Rusev comes into this, besides he's just, representing Bulgaria or Russia or whatever he's doing these days. And with the Alberto Del Rio, with the whole Alberto Del Rio thing, he has the United States belt. He has the U.S. belt. He should not be chunked up in a group right now, including when he is just coming back and he just got off the most ridiculous storyline they could come up with at like that minute. He should not be grouped with a group. He should be establishing. See, he was established before they let him go. He just came back. He needs to establish some sorts of presence with WWE, like I think individually, before they just group them together. And he does have a belt. So why would you do that?
Honestly, poor writing. I mean, I think they picked 4 heels who are extremely talented. All 4 of them are really good. Mm-hmm. And they just threw them together because, one, they are from different nations besides the United States. And 2, they just had nothing better for them to do. Let's be honest with you. I mean, who is Rusev going to face? Bad News Barrett has gone down dramatically over the last year. Like his stock has completely plummeted off the face of the earth, and it's embarrassing.
It's ever since he got injured, he came back, he won King of the Ring, and then it went down. If he just stayed Bad News Barrett, if he just stayed like, what does he say? Or what did he used to say?
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Yeah, if he just did that, he'd be the most entertaining person. Everybody would love him. But this whole King Barrett crap, it's just crap. It is just crap. It would have been awesome if they were like, oh, he's King of the Ring, and he still kept like the bad news.
Yeah.
But now it's just King Barrett, and then it's just gotten ridiculous. And I think the turning point was when R-Truth put some tinfoil on his head and a plunger and came out and was making fun of him. That's when his character plummeted. Like it just went down right there. And like the whole spiders thing, it just went down. It went downhill, and it went downhill bad. They should have just left him how he was and still be the King of the Ring. He would have been up there with the rest, but he's gone down for me, which is really sad because he does have talent.
Go ahead.
Well, no, and he does have the presence. I'm sorry.
I think the fact that he's been injured so much over the last few years, though, is the only reason why he's actually being kept down. Because even before he was injured a few times, I mean, he had like 3 reigns as Intercontinental Champion and like a 2 year, like a year and a half stretch. So he was getting built up, and then his shoulder popped out, and then another injury happened, and he's been injured a lot over the last like 4 years. So I don't think the WWE trusts him in staying healthy, especially right now in a time where health in the WWE is really bad. It's really critical, and he just doesn't stay healthy. Like when I watched it on Raw, I don't even think he was in the match for more than a few minutes in a 4-4 match with the family, which is the other stable, which we will come talk about in a minute.
Yeah, I don't know. And then with Rusev, honestly, I was just thinking maybe the reason why they threw him in is, well, there's rumors flying around with Lana. I don't know if they're true or not. I don't think they are. But like with, WWE having issues with Lana because of the whole engagement picture coming out, which I don't think is true. But you never know. Like, you never know with WWE.
You never know.
Yeah.
Moving on. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No, go.
I was going to say, I would have a hard time thinking that they would punish her for that because it literally happened 2 months after they got engaged. So I'm assuming that she got the permission from WWE to post that. That's just my assumption.
Well, I know, but sometimes, I mean, like, for the storylines, because that storyline was in full swing, and everybody was waiting for Lana to come back, and it was going to be Lana versus Summer Rae. That's what we were all depending on seeing. God knows why, because Summer Rae is just awful.
Yeah.
But, like, that's what we were depending on seeing. But you know what? Exactly. But we were all waiting for her to come back and see that. But here's the thing, is that maybe, I mean, people do rebel from WWE. Like, people do. It happens. But what if she just got sick and tired of waiting to broadcast her engagement? Like, I know if me and you, like, we got engaged or whatever, and which we are. No. That's what I'm saying. Let's pretend that we're not for a minute.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. But let's just pretend that we weren't, and then we got engaged, and then I had to hide it from certain people and like everybody. That would be very, very hard on my heart and hard on my emotions. And like emotionally, I'd be pissed because the last thing you want to do is get engaged and not be able to do this on social media. Exactly.
Only a problem that a woman would have, honestly. So I'm glad you're part of this. I don't think a guy would think of it like that.
Well, you know what?
I can't go I don't have a ring.
Oh, you could. I can get you one if you want, but we're not going to do that again with our relationship. You already been through that once.
Wow. Okay. Anyways, let's go on to the other new stable, the family, which is Roman Reigns' counterpart to Fight the League of Nations, which honestly, the name is dumb, and honestly, the grouping is horrible. They are killing Roman Reigns. His career is going to be non-existent because there's no credibility with him, and they're bringing down Dean Ambrose, who's obviously a part of the family because when Roman Reigns is there, obviously Dean Ambrose is not far behind. He's like a permanent sidekick for Roman Reigns, which is sad.
Mm-hmm. Can we talk about them too before we get into the family?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, so before it made sense that they would come together or group together, it made complete sense because they were, brothers of the Shield. But then as that storyline, was done with a while ago, they're not doing a very good job with them together because they're so different. They're so different, but they're trying to keep them in the same category, and it's just weighing down each other. First, Roman Reigns is so predictable. He's so predictable. He's so loyal. Everybody thought most people thought that he was going to turn at the pay-per-view. And if he didn't turn, it was either two things. Okay, everybody knew, first of all, it was going to come down to Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns.
Unfortunately.
Everybody knew. Okay. But then there was two options and only two options. Either Dean Ambrose or Roman Reigns, they turn. One of them turns, or Sheamus is going to – nobody turns and Sheamus is going to cash in. That was the only two options, and everybody knew it. And, of course, one of them happened. Honestly, like, putting them together, it's weighing each other down because Roman Reigns is so predictable. He's so loyal. Everybody knows what he's going to do. And then there's Dean Ambrose, and he's so unpredictable. He's entertaining. But honestly, both of them together, there's no threat. There is no threat to anybody because they're weighing each other down so much. That's what I feel.
Agreed. Because honestly, it does nothing. It literally does nothing for Ambrose. I mean, they brought Ambrose down so much with trying to help push Roman Reigns. It's almost getting to the point where it's gonna tarnish his future stock with the company because it's just they do nothing with Ambrose and he's so good and they should have done something with Ambrose. I mean, now's the time because there are short wrestlers aplenty. The ratings are down. Obviously, they need to change the formula. Yep.
See, they've been trying to push Roman Reigns so much and using good wrestlers to do that. The push isn't happening. We're not buying it. We're not buying it, WWE. We're not. Because you're pushing him so much and we don't see shit. Like, all we see is people pushing him. We're not seeing him climbing at all. We're not. You know, he can say one thing. He can, he can say something. He can do something. It doesn't matter anymore. His time is over. It's done with. I think that they should start putting money into Dean Ambrose. I think that they should split the two. Maybe 5 years from now, having a reunion. That would be awesome. But it'd be like years. It'd be years because we wouldn't see them together. Maybe that would be exciting, but that's years from now. I think that they should split them. They should divide them. They have two different characters. They have two different, they stand for the same thing, but they're completely different. And Dean Ambrose is entertaining. Everybody knows Roman Reigns gets into trouble, Dean Ambrose is coming. Dean Ambrose gets in trouble, Roman Reigns is coming. It is so predictable. But before, when he would come out with the money in the bank, looking through Seth Rollins stuff, or coming out with a duffel bag full of merchandise and just throwing it, randomly coming out with hot dogs and popcorn, come on. That was entertaining because we were like, what the hell is he doing? That was entertaining. That was unpredictable because we never saw any of that coming. But we always see him running when Roman Reigns gets in trouble. We always see Roman Reigns running. They need to split them. They need to split them up. They need to start building on Dean Ambrose because naturally, we like him. We like him, and it's naturally. Yeah, exactly. Because he's so unpredictable, and that's what we want. We want to be surprised. We want to be entertained. Roman Reigns is not entertaining. He's not. And then adding the Usos in there.
The other members of the family.
Yeah, the other members of the family. Now we're going back. Sorry. They've been gone for a while. Maybe if they had stick to tag team for now, maybe. So, but I think that's stupid.
I completely agree with you. It is disappointing because they were actually in a feud for the tag team belts and they just all of a sudden got pulled out of it because their cousin needs their help. So it's just they've played Roman Reigns in his family role a little bit too much because honestly, that's one of the reasons why WWE's fans don't like him is that they feel like he's getting the push because of his family members and not him. The name of the family is horrible.
What is it? The family?
Yeah, the family. That's horrible. That's a horrible name for a wrestling, stable. They need to push the Usos for tag team rather than, helping the cousins. Dean Ambrose needs to be in the title picture. I mean, he kind of is because he is facing Kevin Owens for the IC belts. But, let's be honest. He's not going to get it. So
yeah, Roman Reigns still needs his help.
So it's getting frustrating, and the only way I could see the family being somewhat interesting is that they all gang up against Roman Reigns because they end up getting pissed off at them
because they keep on taking the heat, right?
Yeah, because they keep on the authorities playing the family against Roman Reigns, and I would love to see maybe not the Usos, but I would love to see Ambrose just snap and just beat the crap out of Roman Reigns.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just go crazy and, like, get fed up in the ring and just beat the shit out of them. I would love that because, I don't know, again, I need to separate them two because they're just weighing each other down, and they're weighing down Dean Ambrose because Roman Reigns, you had to push him for some people like him and some people do, but you never had to push Dean Ambrose. You never had to push Dean Ambrose to, for us to like him. Maybe when he was in the Shield, he was just the crazy one. He was in the background. But then as we found out more about his character, we naturally loved him. And that's where you guys need to put your money into.
He's money right now, and they are missing a huge opportunity with Ambrose. I also, their writing is becoming really bad because one, they don't have the talent. We have found out that Randy Orton will be gone for a extremely extended amount of time because of not only a shoulder injury, he's going to need neck surgery. So
fusion neck surgery.
That's according to Ric Flair on his podcast. That's correct.
I think that's what I saw on Ric Flair's Woo podcast.
Oh my! He really got a Woo podcast.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah. He confirmed that Randy Orton is out, and he might be out indefinitely because not only of his shoulder surgery, but because of his neck surgery. It's fusion neck. He needs fusion neck surgery. The healing process takes a while, and if he comes back to WWE or the WWE ring, because I think that they would use Roman Reigns, honestly. But Roman Reigns might not come back just to be a spokesperson. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Randy Orton. I am so sorry. Thank you. Sorry. I know who I'm talking about, I swear. We were just talking about Roman Reigns. Shut up. I don't think Randy Orton, I had to think about that. That's pretty bad. I don't think Randy Orton will want to be used as a spokesperson because I just don't see him being the type of person, but you never know. If we do see him come back, he will be coming back around WrestleMania 33 or around that area. But that's the next time we will see him wrestle allegedly, and if he's going to come back to the ring. So that is really sad news for me because it's like the curb stomp. You cannot replace the RKO.
RKO! Yes, the RKO. Nobody can do an RKO like Randy Orton. Like,
nobody can try to replace it.
Arm thing.
No. So. Everybody looks retarded. We all do it. We do it in our household, and we all look retarded.
Yeah.
We all look like broken dolls or something. It's bad. Nobody can do that. Like, he has in-ring presence, like this, like, smart-ass, sarcastic, like, just feel to him that everybody loves, and nobody else can pull it off. So I pray that he comes back because they're not going to be able to replace him, and it won't be the same. WWE will not be the same without him.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just another injury to put on the pile. Cesaro is going to be out for a while. Cena is out for another, few weeks, maybe 3 weeks or something like that. 4 weeks.
He won't be back for tables, ladders, and chairs, supposedly. He's not going to be back. He's not going to be back till, like, what were they saying? I can't remember. I really didn't read it because everybody has different opinions about it. Some people are saying December 16th. Some are saying, like, after the new year. Like, I don't know. And they keep on saying, like, oh, the date has been released on John Cena coming back. everybody has a different date that he's coming back. So I don't know. But Cena's out, Cesaro's out, which, you know what, kind of makes me sad. And here's the reason why. Because him and Tyson Kidd were on a roll.
Yeah.
They were on a roll. Tyson Kidd got neck injury. He's out. So Cesaro was holding him down because I swear that they were going to get back together. Cesaro was holding him down, and he was doing good. Like,
really good.
He, like, came out of nowhere as a single wrestler because before – when he won the Andre Giant Memorial, he was good and everybody noticed him, but now he's starting to be recognized. Now we like want to see him in the ring, and then all of a sudden he gets an injury. It's just like bad news. Everybody wants to see him. He gets an injury. He's out. So I'm really sad about that. Cena is hosting a TV series. Randy Orton's out for his shoulder.
And neck. Cesaro and Seth Rollins, which I forgot
about that idiot. Seth Rollins.
I've been hearing actually some rumors that he is actually progressing a lot quicker than they expected. He's rehabbing like at least 5 hours a day, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm. But, compared to like the time that's needed to like actually heal.
Yeah. So from what I'm hearing is that him being back at WrestleMania is not outside the realm of a possibility, which it was, a few months ago. Now, I've heard a small rumor, which this is not going to happen. I'm going to put this rumor to rest. The fact that he will be back at the Royal Rumble. There is no freaking way. He might have good genetics, but that's just not.
You never know, though. They might pull him out because they're getting desperate because of their ratings and everything. But let's talk about like everybody being out for a minute, okay? Cena, Randy, and Seth. They are all out. Those are the three main faces, or like not like faces and heels faces. I'm talking about like face of company faces that are out right now. Sheamus, he's the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, but let's talk about that in a couple minutes. Those are the three main ones. That's it. Roman Reigns isn't there. Dean Ambrose isn't there. Who else?
Daniel
Bryan. He's out too. Daniel Bryan. The people love him. He's out too. He's been out. We're all wondering when he's going to return. Have you heard any news about that? Have they released yet?
They have not released that, but actually, no, they have not released that. But if they do bring him back, I guarantee he will be going after Sheamus because they've been wanting to do Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan for a while, ever since Daniel Bryan lost his heavyweight championship to Sheamus in, what was it, 8 seconds? Something like that?
Yep.
Shortest.
He's going to come back. Yeah. If it was bad news, they would have already revealed the test results. I'm excited. I'm super excited now. Anyways, Daniel Bryan's been out. So that's 4. That is 4 people. Again, Sheamus doesn't fucking count.
But Sheamus does not count.
Sheamus doesn't count, no. We'll talk about that. But those are the 4 main faces of WWE.
Over the last 10 years, yes.
Exactly. And they are all out. They're all out. Brock Lesnar, he's too expensive. The Undertaker is leaving. He's out. Who else is there? There is nobody. There is nobody. So whoever comes back first in between those 4 is going to get like the ultimate welcome, no matter if people like them or hate them. If Seth Rollins came back first, I would be ecstatic. I hate the guy. I hate the character. I hate him with the passion. I just want to curb stomp him myself. Okay? And I would. Because I would. But I would love to see him come back because those are the 4 people we rely on to entertain us. They're the 4 people with the most credibility. They're the 4 people that have natural talent and that people love. So, like if John Cena came back first, you know how like John Cena's starting to get like a yay or nay, like his reaction is in between.
Yeah.
No matter if people hated him, they would be excited for him to come back because
they need it.
He's one of the top. Yeah, he's one of the top. He's the most entertaining. He puts on a good show. So that's why somebody needs to fucking come back. And they need to come back right now because WWE is struggling without them.
They're not even struggling with the 4, faces of the last 10 years. They're struggling with just, even B and C grade people staying healthy. Like, nobody's being able to stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
They've been having NXT wrestlers wrestle on the main event on TV because they're just so low on wrestlers. And it's
other wrestlers are coming out back from.
Yeah, exactly. Tommy Dreamer. I mean, really? Like,
random.
Who cares about Tommy Dreamer? Like, I used to like a little bit ECW, and I know his time with WWE. But come on, Tommy freaking Dreamer has to come out there because they don't have enough freaking people on the roster. That's ridiculous.
That's sad. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, just want to make sure. We're having hearing problems today. Just to let everybody know. Go on though. Sorry.
But it's become really sad. The state of WWE. A lot of it's injuries. A lot of it is the writing has been horrible. Like, I know this actually directly translates into one of the conversations we were having was with Sheamus, is he has no credibility as World Heavyweight Champion because he literally was just like losing to New Day with New Day and Bad News Barrett and Rusev at the pay-per-view, and then he all of a sudden wins the championship. Like, really?
No. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go.
No, sorry. We're just so passionate about it this week because there's so much crap happening in WWE. We can't help but cut each other off. So I apologize. It's the same thing that goes for the Wyatt family. Okay. If you sit there and you have this person and you want everybody to be either like you want everybody to be for them or you want everybody to be completely against them. Either way, you want them to be a threat. Okay, that's like the ultimate thing, is to be a threat. For you to be like, oh, they're going to kick butt today. They're going to whoop so-and-so's ass today. Okay? But when you have that person, when you have that vessel, and for the longest time in every storyline, they suck ass. I mean, come on. He kissed Dolph Ziggler's ass. Come on now. What the fuck? Like, really? But then now, like, a couple months later or whatever, he's WWE champ. It doesn't make sense. And then before, he's been losing. He has been losing. I mean, like, he's probably I mean, he's just dead, honestly. Like, past the Undertaker dead. Like, come on. Like, he is just been losing, and then all of a sudden they just pump him up, and it's like, how? Like, with what backbone? With what credibility? Like, with what? I don't understand. I don't get it. He is not there. He's not there at all. He's not there with us. He's not there with his storyline. If they would have built him up like Seth Rollins, they built him up good. They built him up good. He was a dirty character. He was a little dirty devil. He would carry around that damn briefcase, always threatening it, always there, always up in somebody's face, always dominating, no matter if he had help or not. He was winning. He was, no matter if it was dirty or not. Everybody could see that build up. And that's why people bought into it when he cashed in, because one, that was a shocker. And two, because everybody could see it and he was there. His presence was there and he was known. Sheamus, not at all. And the same as the Wyatt family, they're trying to pass them on as like the ultimate evil family. It's not happening because he's lost. He's like, exactly, so much. And then now you're trying to do it again. Us fans, we don't forget. We do not forget. We don't. And so for them to be like, oh, they're the ultimate family. We want you to see, we want you to hate them. We want you to, it's not like whether you're face or whether you're heel. It's whether if you're a threat. If you're a threat, you're entertaining. People want to watch you. But when the Wyatts come on, it's like, I don't even have to watch this. This is stupid. They're not a threat. They don't have any backbone. They don't have any credibility because they just lose. And then all of a sudden they win. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I completely agree with you there because, I mean, They've destroyed the Wyatt family. The Wyatt family, I don't think, can honestly come back from how bad the WWE has buried them, which is sad because when Bray Wyatt was actually doing extremely good when he first came out. He beat Daniel Bryan before he won the World Championship. He beat Kane. He beat, some big names, and then he faced John Cena, and ever since then, down.
I think John Cena was good. Honestly, it was when Dean Ambrose.
He actually won that feud with Dean Ambrose.
I know, but at that time, he already lost with John Cena.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like after,
yeah. Well, no. Sorry, I guess I didn't understand what you were saying because that feud with him and John Cena was actually good because everybody is depending on John Cena to turn heel before he retires, which I feel, retires from the ring. I don't think he'll ever retire from WWE fully, just like The Rock, but I do think that he's going to retire from the ring in the next, 5 years?
Yeah.
I think that's coming. That's coming. And so when that feud, of him, struggling between good and between him turning, everybody was oh! We were all, just so in tune with that storyline because we're is he going to do it? Is this the time? Is this the time that he's going to change? And Bray Wyatt will always be known as the person that, the person that turned, the person that got into John Cena's head. He would always have been known for that person, Yeah. And so that's what made it so good. Then it became predictable. John Cena, what is it called? What do they call him? The big match? Or what is it called? He always wins big match. Big match John. Predictable. And then out the window. And then Dean Ambrose. And then who else? Which I did not like the whole, your father's in prison. Your father's in prison and you're a bad person and you're just like him. These days, everybody's dad's been in prison. Come on. As somebody's parents always been in prison, let's just face it, come on. That was really stupid. And then who else? With Roman Reigns. And then they hit Roman Reigns, of course, with your daughter, it's just that's great that you're going there. It's entertaining that you're hitting close to home and everybody knows it. But come on. If you don't win, what was the point? Then you just look like a freaking loser. So, and then with, them bringing in the whole new brother with the big ass bear hug, whatever.
Braun Strowman. Oh.
He's so stupid. He's so stupid. They should have left him at 3. They should have brought in Sister Abigail. That would be entertaining. And then she would wrestle men. That would be entertaining. I want to see that. Take out Braun Strowman, bring in Sister Abigail, and kick some butt. Then I might be tuned in. Then I might, every time they come out, turn my cell phone light on and go like this in the air. I might do that if they do that. But until then, no. They're stupid.
No. I don't know. They just, they have colossally been messing up on a lot of their wrestlers. Even a Ryback, who they pushed really, really hard, and then they realized the fans hated him. And then they turned him heel, which was even worse.
Because we don't care.
Yeah, so they turned him back face, and then he wins the Intercontinental Championship, and everybody's just like, this retard? No, I shouldn't say retard, but this douchebag.
This idiot.
Yeah, this douchebag ends up being the IC champion, and nobody was buying that. So obviously they had to have him drop, which they had him drop to Kevin Owens, which was the best thing for business. And then after that, he's lost to what the heck is Lucha Dragon? He lost to the Lucha Dragon dude.
Kalisto.
Yeah, Kalisto.
Is that his name?
I think so. I'm pretty sure it's Kalisto.
Sorry if I got it wrong. You all know what we're talking about. If you're a real fan, you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, he lost to Kalisto and has done nothing since. Neville's been up and down. They don't have anything going on with a lot of these wrestlers.
Yeah, see, okay. Let's see. First of all, Ryback, he needs to just go shit in his boots somewhere. I swear. Just go play with yourself somewhere. He just needs to go. He's not he's not there. The whole Feed Me More gimmick, I feel, is so retarded. It's so retarded because you feed him more and like he just gets too full and lays down and loses. Like seriously, he needs to go somewhere. Go play with yourself somewhere else. Kevin Owens, the best decision. The best decision made. Exactly. He knows how to work the crowd. He's entertaining. He's so athletic. And for a big guy, that's like impressive times two. Like he has it all. Put your money there. And I have nothing to say about that. He has earned the belt for me. He's earned the belt for me. And that's just, it is what it is. Kevin Owens, he's, no matter if he's heel or face or whatever who he faces, I'll be a fan because he entertains me. And he's a threat.
I think everybody in the WWE universe honestly probably agrees with that. That's why he actually gets cheered, even though he's a heel, and then he'll work the crowd and then they'll start booing him. But he knows how to work the crowd enough to get him, do his job.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Like, oh, you're talking about my city? What? You're talking about my state? You're talking about my football team? What the? Yeah. Love him though. He's entertaining. He gets you riled up. Love it. I love it. And he's talented, and he shows it.
Yeah.
He shows it. I just hope they don't overwork him like they first did when he came on the roster.
Yeah. He actually was out on Raw and SmackDown this week for the first time because he was sick. So they made him stay home. Because, he's too important to the overall picture, which I guess we can kind of talk about. There has been a rumor for a while, but it seems to have a lot more traction now that Kevin Owens versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, which will be fantastic.
I would love to see that. I just don't know how they're going to bring the two together because with Brock Lesnar, I know, he did sign a contract or, he upped his contract a little bit ago for more dates. But where the hell is he? Like, there's no storyline with him. So if they really want to make money on that whole WrestleMania 32, Brock Lesnar versus Kevin Owens, which, by the way, if they did do that, I would feel that Kevin Owens would at least need the U.S. belt because Brock Lesnar only goes after big fish. With that little Intercontinental, he ain't going to touch you. He's going to be like, meh. Although Kevin Owens does have a mouth, so you never know. But I think that would be the only reason if he upped a belt, because there's no way they're going to give Kevin Owens the title. But I would love to see it. I honestly think, though, that Brock Lesnar would kill him.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Brock Lesnar is going to win that match, but it's going to I think that Brock Lesnar will sell enough for Kevin Owens where he will look strong enough in defeat where it would still be momentum for him. And that's the most important thing for Kevin Owens at this point because he's just getting started in his WWE career.
He's going to be big shit. He's going to be a legend. I swear I can feel it.
I won't go as far as say that he'll be a legend, but I believe he is a future WWE champion. Oh,
for sure. He for sure is. Time's over again. I do think, though, if they were to match up, it would be a big pissing contest, I think. I think it'd be ego versus ego. Honestly, I don't think it'd be muscle versus muscle. I think that Kevin Owens is going to run his mouth, say that he's big shit, throw money out of his pockets like he's been doing, whatever his gimmick is at the time. Brock Lesnar, and he's going to be like, I'm bigger than Brock Lesnar, what? And then Brock Lesnar are going to come out and be like, really, little boy? Like, let me show you. And that's the only way they're going to ever, is because of his mouth.
Oh, it's going to have to be Kevin Owens' mouth because, I mean, again, he's only the Intercontinental Champion, so it's not like a belt's going to be on the line. And I'm going to go back to what you said about him having to have the U.S. belt. Unless he had both of them at the same time, like, there's no point because, I mean, it's still just the U.S. title. The U.S. title is actually technically lower than the Intercontinental belt.
I guess. So. I don't know. Because Brock Lesnar ain't going to come out for nothing. So I don't know. We'll have to see how they play it out. Hopefully they write it right. Otherwise, I'm going to hate it. I hate it. But I would love to see Brock Lesnar come out somewhere, make an appearance, do a little something, something, because all your faces are out. And then who's left? You know, Sheamus doesn't have enough credibility. Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns are weighing each other down. Like the tag teams, New Day. Oh Lord.
They're getting
and then with Xavier Woods with his new like little Richie curl or whatever.
That's actually
awesome. My God. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Beauty and the Beast, Gaston's hair. That's what it reminds me of. I don't know how or why. It just does. Or like little Richard. Or Richie. Sorry. Little Richie. I'm really bad with the names today. Just to let everybody know.
Clearly.
But shut up. But I don't know. Everything's getting so ridiculous. They need to pull some big name out of their ass. Like the Dudley boys, they're out. They're so stupid. They should have stayed in retirement. They need to just stay. Leave the tables alone and walk away. Okay? The New Day, they have gone past. Like just annoyance with me.
They've gone stale.
Exactly. They need to stop. And it's not even like, oh, they're so stupid, I hate them, and that's why they're heels. It's like, I don't have to watch this. I don't have to watch it. I'm going to change channel. Like, it's bad. You already know it's going to be stupid. You already know that they're going to, do some stupid shit, and that's it. Who else is there to entertain us? That's not stupid. That's not like a given. Let me tell you, I'm really bad at predicting matches, and I'm really bad at predicting anything when it comes to movies, wrestling, anything. I'm always the one that's like, oh, really? When I predict stuff, that's when you know it's bad. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just think everything's getting too predictable. It's getting too stupid. People are starting to become idiots. Like, they need somebody to come back. And the only person to do that, Brock Lesnar. Bring Brock Lesnar back. He's injured. Bring up Brock Lesnar here. Do something with Brock Lesnar, because that's where you're going to get your views. It's like the only big face out there. It's the only big one.
Two things before we probably have to start wrapping this up. One, there might be a chance he might come in a couple weeks, because if you don't remember, Raw will be actually in Minnesota, where we're from. On the 23rd, right before Christmas.
We should go. Let's just stop getting Christmas presents for everybody now. Yeah, because we're going to need one. By the way, everybody, this is like the only time we've been able to spend together is on you guys. So I just want to let everybody know. I'm going to need a date night. I'm going to need a date night. Okay, so we should do that. We should just stop buying presents for everybody and do a date night at WWE. That'd be awesome. I would love that. And by the way, actually, when we first started dating, that was my idea. Just want to let you know. You got to come up with your own.
Anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually forgot my second point now, because, oh no, I remember now. There has actually been a little bit of a change with the WWE writing staff, because they have hired Mick Foley's son to join the writing crew, which hopefully, will help a little bit. I mean, it's not going to drastically change overnight. We all know that. Mm-hmm. But hopefully he'll have some innovative ideas to change things. But yeah, Mick Foley's son, Mick Foley confirmed that his son has been hired to the creative team as a writer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they need to do some change. They need to do some change in the writing. Like, Vince, I don't know where you are, but you're one talented man. You need to start working. You need to start working your brain there. Not allowing the stupidest shit to come out in the ring, because it's getting pretty bad. And ratings are down drastically.
Ratings are down half of what they were last year, and last year was not a good year for ratings either. Mm-mm. So the fact that it's plummeted so low is causing panic with the WWE upper management, which is weird, because the network is doing well. It's just they're not having the weekly talent. They're not having the weekly writing, because it's gotten bad. It's gotten horribly bad.
The network is probably doing so well because we can go back when everything was amazing and watch that.
Or watch
That's
NXT.
probably why. Or watch NXT, which, you know what? I don't know. They need, I think that Nia Jax and Eva Marie team.
I don't think they need anything from, like, honestly, they have enough divas for now. They just need to, they need to bring up Finn Balor, they need to bring up Baron Corbin, and they need to bring up Apollo Crews. I know that will strip.
Joe.
And, well, they might leave Samoa Joe to head NXT
maybe.
down there for a while, but they need to bring up the 3 younger talents for now to, build on some momentum that NXT has been having. And those 3 are actually really good in the ring. They have pretty good gimmicks. And Apollo Crews can be a big-time face for the company in the next 5 years. Honestly, I think Apollo Crews, his athletic ability, and the fact they put a little bit more of a fire underneath his butt has made him a lot more likable. But
yeah.
We'll save the NXT talk for another time. Do you want to say anything else?
Yes, we need to talk about the divas. I am making it my priority to talk about the divas every time we get on podcasts because they're always left out. So it's really important to me to talk about them or highlight on what happened.
All right, go ahead.
You go ahead.
You wanted to talk about the divas.
No, we both want to talk about the divas because we both support women, ain't that right? Stop playing on your phone or whatever you're doing and pay attention.
I am paying attention. All right. Right now, it seems like Charlotte is actually going to be turning heel. She has been having a little friction with Becky Lynch. She did cheat on Monday to beat Becky Lynch in a friendly match. And then on SmackDown, she cost Becky Lynch a match as well. So it seems like Charlotte will be turning heel, which will be the best thing for her character because it is going nowhere. Paige is kind of being that instigator for Becky Lynch.
Like
so
I
that's
told
kinda,
you so.
Which is interesting. Sasha Banks continues to win. And that in Team Bad, they just need to give up the teams right now. It's done. It served its purpose.
Alicia Fox is just her character, and like she's just going nowhere. Okay, Brie Bella, she's leaving. Everybody knows it. If anybody watches Total Divas, she's supposedly leaving and not re-signing a contract with WWE because she wants to have some babies with Daniel Bryan. Of course, you never know. If Daniel Bryan doesn't go back to wrestling, she might stay for income in their house. Yeah. Exactly. And then Nikki Bella, she's out with John Cena, plus she's injured. Naomi.
They just never
is so talented.
Naomi.
She is so athletic. She is so athletic, but they didn't utilize her when they should have. So now she's out. I would love to see Tamina more because she is like the muscle. She is like the dark, I don't know, like just the darker of them all, I feel. And she's just the muscle, and like you just don't mess with her. You know, she's always been a bodyguard of somebody's. She's always been the muscle. I want to see her. I want to see her at Nia Jax, honestly, go at it. Sasha Banks.
Yeah, I would too. I would
starting. Oh, I would pay for that too. Oh, that'd be awesome. But and then Sasha Banks, you know, she's a really good wrestler. I think that they should change. I honestly think that they should change her finisher. I really do.
The finisher's
I hate it. I hate it.
I love the Banks statement. Oh my God, that's
I hate it. She is. I can say this because I really don't like her character. It's entertaining. Don't get me wrong, but she could do so much more with her finisher. Like she is talented enough to get her finisher up to another level of something that like either you've never seen before or something so unrelaxed, you know, like you really, you know, that's something that I would, you know, I don't know, count on that. She is talented she could do more. Paige, I was so disappointed that she lost. I was so disappointed because I just hate Charlotte. if she got her own little gimmick, that'd be fine. But she's still, in the shadow of her dad. So they just both need to go. Exactly. They both just need to go. Becky Lynch, she's not there. I think the only way she'd be entertaining for me if they started doing a love triangle with like Sheamus and somebody else. I would love it.
Obviously, Sheamus and her.
Oh, well, yeah, Sheamus and her, but then like somebody else and somebody, I don't know. Sheamus and exactly Finn Balor and whoever. Like, just that would be amazing to see. Otherwise, she ain't going nowhere. And Paige needs to step it up. Like, I think that Paige and then Natalia, she's gone. I don't know where she is these days.
Well, like, she shows up for 1 week and then gone for like a month and a half.
Exactly. Like, what the hell? So whatever. She's out with her leather. And then the only person left, Paige. They need to start banking on Paige because she's entertaining and Charlotte's retarded. And I think that WWE is starting to kind of catch on. Like, oh, hey, they hate Charlotte. Let's turn her heel. See if they like her this way. If not, she's out. And I'm praying to God that people don't like her heel, which they won't. So,
yeah.
Hey.
Well, I think the WWE Divas division needs to bank on Sasha Banks. That's just what I'm saying.
Then it would have to be Sasha Banks and Paige.
I would think those two would be. Honestly, those two put on like 3 or 4 really good matches with each other. So, like, I would love to see that personally. Mm-hmm. But we do actually have to wrap this up.
Yeah, you got to go to work.
Yeah, thank you for watching our podcast, the Mixed Tag Team Podcast, because this podcast is, again, straight money in the bank. Until next time, get your wrestling on. Peace.
Bye.